Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. I'm life coach Ladybyrd-T, where we spill all the tea on how to live your most empowered life and how to live it intentionally. So come on in. I'm so excited because today I want to talk about being intentional, living with purpose, and unlock the power of intentional choices. So there's power in being intentional because being intentional means that you're taking control over whatever situation you're being intentional in, whether it's your relationship or whether it's with starting your business or with getting a promotion on your job or with your community. Being intentional means taking control of the outcome of any situation. So, and sometimes the outcome doesn't always be what we want it to be, but we took an active approach, an intentional approach of making things better. It involves thinking ahead and taking ownership of your actions and living with purpose and direction. So, being intentional means you're being purposeful, which means you're living with the purpose. And being intentional means that you can line things up according to, like I said, your values and your goals and in whatever you're being intentional in. The characteristics of a person that is intentional, they are self-motivated. You don't have to motivate people that has characteristics of being intentional. They're already motivated. They're motivated to write down their plan, their goals in life. They're motivated to change the trajectory of the way their life is going by being intentional, by having a purpose, by taking control over any given situation in their life, building momentum. It's kind of like having the wind at your back once you practice being intentional in building your relationships or building a business according to your values and your goals. You begin to gain momentum and the wind, is at your back, and you begin to motivate thousands of people just by living a purposeful life, just by being intentional. When you're intentional, I believe you move into your purpose in your relationships or in your business or in your community, having an active voice, opening up your mouth and sharing your thoughts and being intentional with your thoughts. Every day, I believe we should live with the purpose, knowing what our purpose is that day, just getting up in meditation and really seeking out what you're going to be intentional in doing in that day. Whether it's I'm going to be intentional on building my leadership skills by motivating, by sharing my vision, by articulating my vision with those that are following me or those that are with me are interested in my leadership. So I'm going to be very intentional on motivating these people and articulating my vision that they can carry out the vision. If you don't articulate your vision, no one knows what your vision is, and therefore they cannot carry your vision out. So the benefits of being intentional are making deliberate choices aligned with your values and your goal, leads to greater clarity and focus. People understand where you're coming from because you're able to articulate what you're doing and what you're trying to achieve, and being intentional in whatever situation that you're in. And I hope you're getting something out of this, because when you just say being deliberate in a relationship, deliberate in building a business, being deliberate in being part of the community, it all sounds like words. But when you really dive into it and dig into it and begin to write the vision and make it clear, begin to articulate what you want in a relationship and be intentional in fulfilling those things in your relationship, you see that it will surpass your expectations in your relationship. And that's in anything that you do. Even when it's building a business, you want to be intentional in things that you're implementing in your business, and the approach that you want to take in building that business. You want to be deliberate. You want to be intentional. Being intentional, it does reduce stress because you are prepared for whatever it is that you're working on being purposeful in, or you're working on building. So because you are being intentional and you already have a plan in place with a purpose, come on. I'm so excited. You already have a plan in place with the purpose, then it makes it less stressful because you've already planned out what you're going to do in this very instance, how you're going to build this relationship, the approach that you're going to take to build that relationship, and how you're going to communicate. You have to be intentional in your communication. You have to watch over your words. Things that you're speaking, you have to watch over those words. Make sure that those things that you're speaking are positive things and not negative, that you can speak positive things over your relationship or your business or your community, having a voice in everything you do. Building or being able to have a sense of clarity and being deliberate or intentional in your relationships is very powerful. It enhances the focus and the productivity in your relationships when you're intentional. Leading to increased productivity and efficiency when you are intentional. You have a greater self-awareness, and in being intentional, I believe that it builds a greater self-awareness because you have to dive on the inside of yourself, and you have to brainstorm and think ahead of time of beforehand to know exactly what move you want to take. So you become in touch with yourself and your higher self, and able to have a greater awareness of what you like and what you don't like. You write those things down, you write it out, and you make it clear, and it gives you greater self-awareness. It causes you to reflect on your values and your goals in order to implement those things that you have written down that you want to be intentional in, leading to a deeper understanding of oneself. So be mindful of who you are when you're writing out your vision, when you're writing out things that you like and you don't like, when you're writing out things that you want to be intentional in building or shoring up. Improve communication. So that's one thing a lot of people have a problem with, and that's communications and not wanting to communicate and be intentional in communicating your values and your goals with other people. And that's because you're not in touch with yourself, with your deeper self or your higher self. And there you don't know what to implement and how to implement it because you don't even know who you are. And so you have to be in touch with who you are and what you want, and self-awareness of who you are and what you want in order to articulate or communicate what you want, and moving intentionally in that. It diffuses or reduces conflict because in your relationships, because you have become a better communicator, because you've become self-aware of who you are. And so now you're moving intentionally because you know what you like and what you don't like. Back again with your values and your goals. Being intentional also can enhance your leadership abilities because you're able to inspire and motivate others by clearly articulating your vision, which lines up again with your values and your goals, and creating a positive and productive environment for those that you're leading. So, you can enhance your leadership skills by being intentional and writing that video. Like I said, it takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of planning ahead of time and reflecting within to see what it is that you like, tapping into your creativity, tapping into your higher self to be able to motivate and articulate what it is that you want in your life. And that is so powerful to be able to do that. When you are intentional, you can lead with greater compassion and empathy, which I love, because when you go through a lot of things in life, you're able to relate to people. You're able to have more compassion and empathy on people when you've suffered a lot of affliction. And sometimes it's because you weren't intentional. And sometimes it's just because you're being tested and you're going to higher heights and deeper depths in your walk or in that you've been empowered to do. So being intentional can help you see the world from different perspectives and act with greater compassion and empathy towards others. So I want to be intentional on loving and caring for people, inspiring people that come in my pathway. I want to be able to empathize with those people and have compassion with those people. And the reason for that is because I understand that when you have compassion and empathy for people, you bring people into a higher level within themselves, a higher purpose within themselves, because they realize that someone genuinely cares, someone is genuinely kind, something that we don't see very much of these days. But, I want to be intentional on treating people kind. I want to be intentional on reaching out and helping others in any way that I can. And because of that, I'm showing compassion and empathy for others. So I hope I've said something today that will motivate you to live a more purposeful life by being intentional in your thoughts, in your actions toward others, in your relationships, in your business dealings. Just being intentional according to your values and your goals. So I'm going to leave it here for now. We're going to be picking up a part 2 of this. I'm so excited because I really feel to empower people to be more intentional. And when you're empowered to be more intentional, that means I'm free to live according to my values and my goals. And so I'm going to get up every morning and I'm going to intentionally do things that's going to cause me to be have a more purposeful life. So, yeah. So thank you for watching. We're going to leave it there for right now. Hopefully I've inspired you to be more intentional. Hopefully I've empowered you to be able to go out and show compassion and empathy for other people who crosses your path each and every day. So if I've said anything that has inspired you, if you liked my video, please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment, even if it's telling me a little bit about your day. Today has been the best day of my life, and I empower you to go out and live an intentional life. All right? So I love you, and I hope that you have a great day. Talk to you soon.